Finally, what is now a common revelation, the Department of State Services, DSS, has raised the alarm over alleged plots by certain groups and individuals to cause breakdown of law and order in the country as the Yuletide approaches. The spokesperson of the DSS, Peter Afunaya, warned those behind such action to retrace their steps or be ready to face the raw deal of the law. What is the DSS? What are they trying to... Secret police?
Well, I think I read the report. I think it's a comprehensive report. You know, this with a lot of issues. Trying to warn Nigerians, caution Nigerians, especially those that want to travel. You know, giving security tips on where to go, where not to go, and to take precautions. He's talking about kidnapping, even telling parents to be careful about their children because they are on holidays now. They are likely to be recruited by cultists, by Yahoo boys. So people, you know, parents should live up to expectation. And also, they are talking about where security is more pronounced on the highways. And I think is in recognition of the fact that the people are critical stakeholders in securing the public space. So I think it's a very good development. However, I think for anybody who monitors what is going on in Nigeria, what the DSS has released is not strange. It's more or less like a ritual. Saying that people should be careful, kidnapping and all that. We all know, for anybody who's very conscious of security, the aspect that should also interest us anyway is when the DSS is talking about plots to destabilize Nigeria. You know, what is significant for any secret service is to be ahead of criminals. So it shows that they already have the information. So what should interest Nigerians is that what are they going to do, you know, to ensure that this does not happen?
Emeka, hope the peaceful protests that we've been seeing, maybe the hashtag the North is bleeding, that we've been seeing, and does not fall into the category of people saying they want to, you know, heat up the polity.
Is there anything like heating up the policy? The problem is this carryover of a military mentality, whereby, you know, people think that because they're in public office, they are emperors whose word is law, whose word is final, whose word cannot be questioned. And no proper society tolerates such. There must be dissent. Every properly organized society tolerates dissent. So you cannot, and you cannot criminalize dissent. You cannot criminalize protests. We've seen it now from the NSAS protest has come out in a fundamental benefit for the Nigerian police force. So the country is at war. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For criminals to set travelers ablaze in a bus and burn them alive, I wonder what the DSS is still telling us. Are they, because I don't understand what other destabilization, what destabilization is worse than that. That bandits can go to people's homes, you know, try to kidnap somebody and they can't go in through the door or the window. They now went through the roof, the particular case, removed roofing sheets and got into people's houses, kidnapped people. What else are you telling us? You're talking of destabilization, a situation where members of our assembly have been killed in the north, commissioners have been killed, a situation where people are being kidnapped on a daily basis in northern states. So what else are you telling us? Boko Haram, we see ISWAP, the Nigerian security services, the military, they've been doing a commendable work. They've been doing a lot, but a lot still needs to be done. So instead of telling us, you know, that there are plots to destabilize Nigeria, is to tell us that, listen, the SSS has gone ahead of this, you know, it has gone ahead of moves to act, you know, to cause a breakdown of law and order during this Yuletide. Yes, it's good, give the security tips to Nigerians, yes, but trying to put fear into Nigerians that there are plots to destabilize, it has become a broken record, and they should watch another record. That record is no longer playing well. It's worn, it's jaded, it's dead. They should look for something better to tell Nigerians. Okay. How they are putting bandits out of business. That is what we want to hear.
There's this attitude of still, you know, attempt to criminalize public protests, legitimate protests. People still going to arrest helpless and harmless protesters that are just carrying placards.
Yeah. Like Emeka said, the attempt to destabilize any country is not just by the attitude of criminals. It can also come from the attitude of the government. For instance, if people want to protest and you don't allow it, it leads up to bottled up disenchantment, which can take any form. And of course, in a country where you have poverty, where you have corruption, where you have disregard for human rights, where we have insensitive leaders who don't care about the masses. The price of food items are going up every day. People are being killed on the streets, and the government does nothing. Then the government itself is also culpable in terms of not doing the right thing to prevent, the destabilization of the country. So the government has a lot of role to play in stabilizing the system, in terms of its economic policies, in terms of its human rights policies, in terms of its attitude to Nigerians, to ensure that the government guarantees, provide the essentials of life for them to be able to live and be happy, to live in a prosperous life. If that is absent, you cannot secure the farms. They cannot go to farms. They cannot travel. They'll be kidnapped. So the government itself needs to wake up to stabilize the system by preventing, situation, that will lead to chaos.
Do you agree with?
Of course. I mean, when you are saying that there are plots to destabilize the policy, I put it this way. When you don't allow an atmosphere, for people to get food to eat, people cannot see food to eat. People cannot pay their house rent. People cannot pay their children's school fees. What was destabilized? What is a bigger threat to the society than that? I mean, economic destabilization is the worst form of destabilization, because when the people have been brought to their knees by hunger, by
their farms,
so many things, they can't go to farm. They can't even the means of livelihood. They say, okay, let us go and work. You hear that ISWAP now has mounted roadblocks in different parts of, in some parts of Borno State. So all of these things constitute destabilization. So I think the DSS should do us a favor by working harder to nip all these threats in the bud. I know they are making efforts, but they should also try harder, because it's not enough to just tell us that there are threats or the lion is out on the streets. Okay, everybody run for cover. You also tell us that
Ololade from Ilorin.
The lion.
That's Kwara State. My last caller today.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I'm Akiola Ololade from Ilorin, Kwara State.
All right, go ahead, please.
Yes, we heard about the report of the alarm raised by the DSS. We remember before the Boko Haram issue, there was a DSS report that was shown in 2008. And now look at where we are today. If the DSS is raising the alarm, I wish the federal government will allow them to perform. Because it's all these things, all around politics. Look at the name of the list of terrorists, sponsors of terrorists that we are playing politics for. Instead of them to release the name of those people, to know them. They are terrorizing us in this country and we are not having peace. This one, they have had it down. They have the opportunity to fish out those who are responsible for this fact. If they can't do that, we always be talking about it all the time. And the problem we see be coming up.
Thank you.
So I just need to have the political will to do that.
Thank you for contribution. So finally, we expect that the Yuletide, that the DSS guys, they are going to do a lot to provide enough intelligence to guard the country, make sure that we don't have a breakdown of rule and order.
People that are involved to be arrested, to be picked, and to be tried, not just to be saying that just release the report and then go to sleep. We want to see what the DSS will do at the end of the day to get at the root of the.
Thank you for your contribution today.